Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you a quick tutorial of how to just do really nice large curls. I'm feeling pretty basic today and I just want something a little bit loose and a little bit fun. So stay tuned and thank you for watching. So I do have tape and extensions, and what I would really like to do is just start off and brush everything through. So I'm going to take my Eufora Beautifying serum and I'm going to do just maybe even like a half of a pump and just really focus that on my ends. And then I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna brush everything. So I'm just gonna take a regular paddle brush and just comb everything through. I think the most important thing with extensions is that you definitely do have to comb them every single day. You have to make sure that they're not tangly because they will become painful. I speak for myself. So something that you guys didn't see before was I did go in with my Amika Perk Up dry shampoo, and I did this like almost right when I woke up. So basically what I do is I wake up and then I do spray some dry shampoo in there and I do comb everything through. So this is like my third time combing everything through so far. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go in and split my hair in half. And again, I have to feel for my extensions to make sure that I'm not getting any extra hair. So I just put half of it up just like that with a clip, and then I'm gonna pull everything forward. So again, combing through. And now I'm gonna go in with my Eufora Retain, and this is a mini size of it. I actually ran out of my full size, so this is why we are using the travel size today. Now this spray is a little bit more wet compared to most heat protectants, I would say. So you definitely want to make sure that you're spraying thoroughly. And I really am just focusing on the ends because we don't need to, our ends are what need heat protection the most typically. So I'm just combing all of that through. I want to wait for it to dry. And then again, go ahead, split everything in half. And I do this so that way I don't miss any hairs, but you can see here that is where I sprayed the Retain. So it is a little bit more of a wet spray. So now I'm gonna go in with my curling iron, and this is just, I wanna say it's like 1.5 inch barrel, but what I do is I take like a little chunk from the back. I always start from the back so that way I don't miss any hairs. And then you wanna make sure that that section is nice and clean. I'm gonna do everything away from my face today just because I like the way that that looks for me. You go ahead and you open your curling iron and just kind of let it go through. But I'm gonna leave this last part of my hair out just because I like the look. And you can feel the hair heating up. My curling iron is at its highest, and then I just put that back. So that way I'm not fussing with it and I'm not, you know, constantly picking that piece up again. And then same thing. And again, I'm just gonna leave that little piece out. And I like to leave that little bit of your ends out just because I think it looks a little bit more natural at the end. And again, release and put back. So this is this last piece up here. And away from my face. This one is all my natural hair, so it's a little bit softer than the extensions. So I'm gonna hold it for a little bit. And release and set back. And now that I have that side completed, I'm gonna go ahead and go to my other side. So again, starting from the back, just taking a little section, making sure it's clean, running your fingers through, opening up that curling iron, and just rolling it. And just leaving that little bit of my end out. And I am a hairdresser, I can feel my hair heating up. I would say the maximum time I'm leaving that each piece on would be maybe 10 seconds, maybe not. I just really use my fingers, but be cautious that you are not putting your fingers on the exposed curling iron because I've been there, done that, and it hurts. So, and again, leaving that little ends out. So we do this thing at Bellamore, and it's called Love Week, and I am just so excited. I cannot wait for you guys to know who I got and know who got me, because they got me this awesome pug shirt, and I'm just living for it. And it's also Spirit Week, so it's really fun that we get to dress up in our spirit clothes at the salon because everyone really loves it, and we always think it's a lot of fun. Now that we have the bottom done, I am not going to touch those curls. I'm going to let them sit. They are all sitting behind me, so I'm not going to touch them because I want for them to cool. I'm going to take this chunk down carefully so that way I can hold it and not get it mixed up with the other hair. Comb it, and then I'm going to split it in half right here. But I like to keep this separated again because those curls back there are cooling, and I want them to be able to cool without disruption from me. And I'm just combing all of this. Again, going in with my Eufora Retain. I sprayed that right in my eye. I don't really have a side that I usually start on. I just think I go with the flow and I do whatever I think. So today I'm starting on my light side. And again, I have all of the hair from this section, so I'm not worried about missing a piece because again, when I took it down, I was holding everything together. So on this layer, I do take a little bit smaller sections because I feel like I like the body that it gives me. So instead of like a 2-inch section chunk on the bottom, I'll do maybe like a 1-inch section, but I'm still leaving that little teeny bit of my ends out. And again, putting that back, going in, and I just go in with my thumb and I'm feeling around my extensions to see what pieces I can actually pick up. So when you notice I pull my strands out, I always have them like literally like this. I'm never kind of dropping them or having them too high. I just want them where they're naturally gonna fall. Let that go, push it back. So again, holding it out straight, making sure that section is clean, starting very close to my head, like 2 inches away from my head. And then just making sure that I'm leaving these ends out. And some pieces have less of my ends out and some pieces have more. I think that that makes it look more messy and more natural. So that's why I like it. All right, put that back. So I have this last strand here. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this side, and again, starting from the back. And I did notice that I had some curlier pieces in there, so I'm gonna start a little bit closer to my head because I kind of want to sleek out my naturally curly hair, but only like in the back on that one chunk, I would say. Just leaving my little ends out. My curling iron is on high because I have the extensions in and I did use heat protectant, and I'm only keeping the hair on the iron for a maximum of 10 seconds and no longer than that. So because I am about to go to the salon, I feel confident that I can put it on high, but if you are not as confident, definitely start it, you know, a little bit lower so that way you're not burning your hair when you're trying to do something new. Okay, so with this chunk, I'm gonna actually split this in half again, and I'm doing this bottom chunk first, because obviously this is my heavy side. I'm gonna be most concerned probably with how this is gonna lay as opposed to most of my hair, because this is right by my face. Okay, now with this guy, I'm gonna go ahead and split him in half, maybe like a quarter, I would say. And again, starting a little bit closer to my root, just to give my hair that body. This piece in general, I do like to comb it out because I feel like I do have some sort of a colic in there somewhere, and I am not holding it out straight like the rest of them. I kind of pulled it forward because of my personal colic. I just feel like I need to sleek that out a little bit. Okay, turning my curling iron off. So now I'm gonna wait for this side to cool down, but this side should mostly be cooled down. So what we're gonna do now is on our cooled side, I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit of my favorite hairspray, Eufora Elevate. And I'm just gonna start from the bottom and I'm pumping. Now I'm gonna go in with this wide tooth comb and start from the bottom and just start combing up. And I'm really combing through, my extensions hold the curl pretty well, so I never get nervous about. So now I'm gonna go in, make sure my curls are all cooled. Again, spritz with my Eufora Elevate. And I lift it up because I like to get those interiors. I am such a big fan of this hairspray because it is so lightweight, but it does deliver so much hold that at the end of the day, you know, this is day 4 or 5 for me now. So, you know, when I finally do wash my hair, I can just comb it out. I comb it every single day and I feel like my hair is, you know, brand new. It definitely doesn't get that weird buildup that some hairsprays can get. So, taking my wide tooth comb one more time, I'm gonna split it in half again and just comb. I like to focus on the bottoms, but then I just go in and I lightly back comb just to give it a little bit more body. And there you have it. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions, concerns, anything, please reach out to me. I love making these videos for you. I think that it's a lot less awkward the second time. I'm in my own home now too, so I think that I really enjoy making them for you and I can't wait to make some more. If you have any recommendations, please let me know and see you next time. Thanks guys.